Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today, this is the finale of season 2, episode 16 of Legacies. And just before we dive straight into casting our votes for our most liked and disliked characters of this season, and obviously revealing your guys' results as well, I would just like to let every single person know that on the Patreon, yeah, we are ahead on quite a lot of shows. So we've got the Legacies on there currently. We have got season 1 of You uploaded, season 1 of Squid Games uploaded. We are doing season 1 currently of Peaky Blinders that's getting uploaded, and next week we are starting season 1 of Teen Wolf. So if you guys are interested in any of those, please dive over there and get involved. They will be rolling out on the YouTube obviously, but over there we do it first. And the orders kind of change, and I'm going to follow it with the YouTube as well. So when we do conclude Legacies, what I am going to do as a result voted for by the Patreon viewers is we are going to alternate through seasons and do one at a time to keep everything fresh. So like I said, we will do a full season of Peaky Blinders, then we'll do a full season of Teen Wolf, and then we'll go back to Peaky Blinders for season 2, and then back to Teen Wolf, and then maybe we could jump back over and do season 1 of You, and then season 2, and just like that. So the channel is not like 5 months of one show. It's a consistent boom, 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 boom. Loads of new shows, loads of varieties, loads of action on the Patreon, loads of different content on the YouTube, and hopefully everybody is excited for all those new shows, especially Teen Wolf. I know a lot of you do like that, and I know it was voted high on the list when we did do the Peaky Blinders vote, which is on the channel. Like I said, it is currently being uploaded as of today. We are still uploading it, so hopefully you can dive over and watch that. But enough about all the shows that are coming to the channel. Let's focus on this amazing series that we are currently watching and the finale for today. So let's jump straight over and we will get casting our votes for the most liked to dislike characters of season 2 before we dive over into the finale. So here we are on our most disliked character of the season. Now, do you know what, right? I've got to say, this season, I wouldn't say there's a character that I dislike. I would just have to pick somebody. I think it's the same with the first season as well. I think I'm kind of like being a parrot here and repeating myself, but I don't really dislike anybody. There's just least favourites out of the list that is here. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, a dislike is somebody that you really don't want in the show at all. Kind of like a Kelly Donovan, you know, Matt's mum. You know, she really done my head in. I was really happy, obviously, when she was absent, and you know, that is kind of a person that you say we dislike. Here, it's people that have just rubbed you up the wrong way, kind of annoyed you a little bit, and you know, after the actions that was taken, I'm going to pick, obviously, on the most disliked. For me, I'm going to pick Alyssa. Now, obviously, I'm interested with her storyline, and I'm really happy that it was actually put into the plot, because it took them towards the prison world, and we got to see Kai again, which was amazing, and Sebastian, and we got that whole story with the dark magic, and obviously it was kind of like the catalyst to where we get here right now. So in terms of that, it was great, but in terms of her, didn't really like it. And obviously I thought that she died last episode, and she didn't as well, and she's still here at the side of the necromancer, so I'm excited to see where that one goes. But in terms of voting for our most liked to dislike, someone's got to get it, and I'm going to pick her as my most disliked. So I can't wait to see what you guys have picked for this season. And boom, there we have it. These are your results for your most disliked character of season 2. Now, obviously, if you guys are thinking, why have you just changed clothes for all the different ones? Obviously, if you're new here, like I said, it gets recorded prior to the YouTube votes. The Patreon, they had it as Alyssa, JOSIE. That's it. They only cast 2 characters right now. When they done it, Alyssa was number 1 and JOSIE was 2nd, and it stayed true here with some extra characters as well that have been introduced. So Alyssa's one with a landslide as the most disliked. You can see there, I voted for her as well, the blue tick. She really done my head in this season, but again, interesting character to be introduced, you know. The Necromancer's got 1 dislike, and Kai, I think they're 2 absolutely amazing characters that have thoroughly give me entertainment in every single episode that they've been in. So it's really interesting to see, obviously, people's different opinions on them. But thank you so much for everybody engaging. Very interesting to see. Alaric as well with 5 votes this season. So the top 3 have, you know, I mean, not one with a landslide. She's won with a landslide, Alyssa, but the other 2 have got way more votes than the rest. They've all got a 1 each, but it's the most liked character that I think is going to be interesting in this season. I mean, to me, You'll see my justification for picking my character in a minute, but I think that there's been a few decent ones this season, but really one standout. So I'm really, really excited to see everybody's opinions when we dive over there in just a second. If now we go over to our most liked characters of the season. Now, last season I picked Landon. You know, like it wasn't. I don't think he actually won the season, but he definitely was my favourite. Just in terms of he wasn't miles ahead. I just enjoyed his storyline, and I do like a character progression. I'm one of them people that I do love it when people, you know, you see them adapt and evolve. And this season as well, he has, mate. Have you seen him? He's levitated. He's got his fiery wings. You know, he's possibly died as well. He had the whole last season with the Malifaux and his dad and Ryan and stuff and the Hope. I think it's been really good. But to me, I think there's only one clear winner. I think that her character involvement has been absolutely amazing. I think she's been involved in every single storyline from the start of the season with Landon, obviously to the end of the season with Lizzie, to the Necromancer, to everything and the Dark Magic. And I just think she's been absolutely amazing. I've loved watching every single second of her of this season. And you've got to give her credit's due, and I'm going to give it to Josie. I think she's had an amazing season, and that's my personal opinion. I understand if people think different. I think there's good contenders as well here. I really do think that her sister, Lizzie, has also shone this season as well, but I am going to go with Josie. I know that some people might not like her, like somebody voted a dislike there. Look at this, mate. So this is very interesting. As I was saying, you can see there 53 people have voted on this poll, and my vote is given obviously Josie, one of the 14 who's took the lead and has actually won this season's voting. Hope is coming second place and Landon in third. Now I think that is very fascinating because they're so close to each other, like very, very close. Lizzie's coming in as well. But I did say that when you come to doing these most likely dislike characters, that you do get a good mix, because not everybody gets entertained by the same people, do they? And especially in this one, I really enjoyed Josie. I thought she's had a massive glow up since season one. You know, her character's changed. I love the dark side of it. It just really excited me. It's just one of those things when I see something that's new and fresh, I really, really, you know, jump on the bandwagon and go full steam ahead with it. So I really liked it. I thought Lizzie had an amazing season as well. I did say that, and it was tough to choose between the twins because they did do a merge as well, which I thought was a great episode. And you know, everybody does deserve some credit. Even the two episodes that Kai was in, you know, he really stood out and he really made it really fun. Sebastian was a good character that was introduced this season. We don't 1,000,000% know that he has died. I mean, it kind of insinuated that the world had collapsed, but Lizzie did go over there, didn't she? She did tell him, go to this place, there's a Malifaux pit, you can go in it. We never seen anything after that. So it is still like a thing that's floating in the abyss. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, we don't know, but there's a possibility that he does possibly come back. And you know what's really interesting as well? That Ryan's got a vote. You know, I do like Ryan Clark, you know, he's really interested in him, and Hope's connection are really, really good. And I'm hoping that, obviously, as we further go into season 3 and 4, that this progresses and he could become more and more of a dominant, or like a, you know, a more present character, because I think that them two rub off really well. And you know, I do like how he's connected to I was gonna say MG then, because he's at the bottom, to Landon and Malifaux as well. It just brings another like solid connection between them and obviously the storyline. So I can't wait to see more with that. And I would like to thank every single person that obviously has took the time to vote on these. Without your engagement, these wouldn't even take place, would there? So thanks so much, everyone. You guys absolute legends, and I really do hope you enjoy today's finale, and obviously rolling into season 3. Let's hope it is an amazing one. I wonder how Hulk's going to react when she finds out that Landon's been stabbed. She's got dark hair.
Subconscious is weirding me out. You don't have to hide either. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Would you shut your pie hole, lady?
Oh, this looks like Red Riding Hood, mate. Oh, is it? Oh, mate, no, it's not. Why is that story, mate? The Three Little Pigs. That's what it reminds me of.
With the Phoenix vessel no longer a threat to our plan.
Today's the day we raised Malifaux.
Classing the place up a bit, which means no more robes. It's tacky.
They're iconic.
I was skeptical at first too, but look, I think the curtains really do tie the room together.
If the merge was successful, I would have absorbed my sister, and I can't feel her at all.
These are my puppets.
Lee, I'm gonna do what I say.
Ah, mate, I think she's so good, me. Like, her acting's well good.
Your wish is my command.
Get your zombie eye to find out what really happened to Lizzie.
That wreath can't go there. That is where the doves are being released, which is after the video, remember?
No, Lizzie. Okay, none of this is real. It's just a show. Managing your own funeral defeats the point.
Changes appearance, innit? Who's she gonna be? Oh.
I'm unique and special, and for some reason, I'm really emo about it.
I figured since we're disguising Hope's body as me while she roots around in Josie's subconscious, that I could pretend to be her while she's gone.
Are we really gonna roll with this?
That the emotion has to be real.
Sweetie.
That is my face, Caleb, man. It's good acting, that.
Fellow wolves.
We're gonna build a human pyramid after the funeral if you want to join.
I'd love to. And then maybe after we could run around outside.
Yo, you rock, Hope.
We've got work to do.
Ah, it's just done. It's totally different. So
But I'm not going anywhere until I find my friend Josie.
What do you want with her?
I came to rescue her.
Once upon a time, this was a beautiful land, ruled by Princess Josie. But using her magic only made the darkness stronger, since Josie placed a sleeping spell on herself, so that she could never do magic again. Destiny's a bitch, huh, doll?
Maybe. But I still have to try.
Where's the rest of the trail?
I ate it, okay? I ate it! Ha ha! Why would I do that, she asked. Because I'm disgusting and I have no self-control.
right, so is this inside Josie's head? Is this what Josie's mind looks like? This guy just said, yeah, that the more she fights the dark magic, the more it evolves, the more it gets stronger, the more like it consumes her. So she decided to put a spell on herself to sleep as like Sleeping Beauty, pretty much. Put a spell on herself, and pretty much the magic is content at this one level. Now, if that is true, look how strong she is at this content level. Imagine if she fought it and it just overpowered her. Like, what would she be, mate? Like, what extra could she do? She's already flying. She's already dominating everyone. She's already changing appearance. She looks absolutely sick. So, I mean, I want her to be consumed by the whole of it. I want to see the extent of it all.
I killed him, Dr. Sauceman, and the necromancer made me do it. Look, he's gonna come back. He'll come back. Not this time.
So today.
Scared of the darkness. What the hell is that?
That is the darkness, sweetheart.
I feel like are they blending loads of stories together? I feel like I should be clued up on me princess stuff. I don't know. Is this Red Riding Hood, Sleeping Beauty, and she looks like she's wearing a Cinderella dress? Oh no, like who wears the yellow dress? Does Sleeping Beauty wear it? She might do. I feel like in my head I'm thinking Cinderella wears a yellow dress, but then I'm countering that and thinking she doesn't. She wears a blue one. This is where my classic inexperience of knowing the Disney stuff is letting me down.
Little pig, who's your new friend?
Why could she not have just thrown that?
Happy now?
I want you to stop talking down to me and be grateful that I just saved our bacon.
How dare you?
I'm sorry, it's just a figure of speech, all right?
We can work together to wake her up.
If we do that, the darkness will only grow again.
What's Landon up to?
I don't know. Probably off somewhere being a total beta, which I'm super into. Aren't you in, like, mourning or whatever over Lizzie? I thought she was pretty popular.
Because we were all scared of crossing her. If the necromancer brought drama queen Alyssa back, who's to say he can't bring Lizzie back too?
Unfortunately.
She's gonna learn about herself.
Once she put up a barrier spell and trapped us all in the school with a gargoyle.
More like a personal memory.
Oh, once she walked by me and just said, hard pass.
I think we'll call you.
We'll call you.
Everyone thought Alyssa was mean too. They just didn't know the real her. Think Alyssa's doing okay?
Dude, I'm not gonna talk about this, especially not with you.
See, Jed, right? I thought Jed was going to be an asshole as well. Do you know when he was first introduced? But he's actually not been that because he thought like he was a dominant alpha, didn't he? And he lost it straight away. We've not even seen any repercussions of that yet. What, Raf's, is he still the alpha? I don't even know. Like, someone could easily dethrone him with it. But in terms of Jed, you know, he's been in it a little bit here and there. He doesn't bother me. And do you know what? A classic example of everybody in the world can hate one person. You just need that right person to like you, you know? think of it that way. Just pretend you're single and you think that no one finds you attractive and no one likes you and you're always going to be lonely forever. No, mate. There's always one person that will enjoy you for you, regardless of your age, your size, your race, you know, like literally your religious, nothing. There's always going to be somebody there, regardless of how many people dislike you, you're going to have that one person liking you, and that's all you need to like it for Jed. He's still, no matter what's going on with Alyssa, he's still there fighting.
The entire school, including the drivers, is planning a memorial for your sister.
There's something new in my mind that I can't quite read. That means they're acting, which means they know about your little zombie eye.
What do you want me to do?
My father must be behind this.
Oh my gosh, Lizzie, you're alive.
Drop it. Okay, the coast is clear.
Then what are you doing?
Nobody is upset about me being dead.
I think they only just got to know one side of her.
A perfect eulogy would force everyone to remember what an amazing person that she was.
I don't think that's a good idea.
It's what Lizzie would have wanted.
Let's not panic, okay? The prophecy said felled by a golden arrow. Now, felled can mean anything. We just have to find the original Coptic word.
No, you gotta put me down. Now, if you don't do this now, then it might be too late.
We'll figure this all out. I am not losing another student.
Then why did you bring that down with you when you got your book?
Just a precaution. I am trying to keep everyone safe.
So am I! Do it! Pick it up! Do it or I will kill you!
I'm gonna find a way to save you both.
Oh, here we go. He's changed. Wow, that's a clean punch.
I miss Lizzie so bad.
It's like my editing.
Technical difficulties, folks. How do I say goodbye? The good time outweigh the bad.
He's like a talent show.
To see.
Okay, thank you.
Lizzie was more than one thing. She was the absolute best of us. She was a kind soul. You all think you knew her, but you didn't. You're all wrong.
Like I said, you need that one person that cares, that's it, no one else.
I brought a nosy friend. Oh, Stu's on. He must be nearby. If you think that's enough to stop the darkness, you are crazy. Make you a nice meal before you go off to die.
Little witch, let me.
Oh, is she being the darkness?
Oh, Michael's you in my head.
Do you know what, right? Like, not to like disrespect her, saying I didn't think that she could act the way she acts like this. You know, like he's acting, and like I feel like in this show, quite a lot of acting is just talking, but you have to do it with emotion, so that is acting. Like, I couldn't do it. I could say my lines, but I couldn't deliver them. Do you know what I mean? Anybody can read your lines, but you can't deliver them with the emotion. But, like, this season, she's gone from, like, delivering the lines to, like, fully embracing her body. Do you know what I mean? So, like, just say the Joker, for example, from Batman, Heath Ledger, he fully transitioned into a role. He was a Joker, do you know what I mean? And like, she is the darkness. She's not Liz. She's not Josie. She's not a person just saying her lines, being a school kid. She's being a whole new persona. Like, and I think that like, I didn't know. Well, I've never seen her in anything else, but I didn't know she could act this good. I feel like she's acted really, really well. I love it. Do you know when you give somebody like a chance to shine and they absolutely knock it out the park? That's what I absolutely love it. You know, it did take us a while in the Vampire Diaries to transition over and give a few people the time, you know, but like once Enzo got it, Enzo bossed it. When Bonnie got it, she absolutely dominated it. And obviously, throughout the show, you've obviously had the Nina Dobrev and the Carolines and the Stephanie Damons. But like the other characters, it took a while for them to get a little storyline. But when they got them, they grasped them. Do you know what I mean? Some people didn't, but they did. And I think she's absolutely knocked this one out of the park. And I need MG to go over and tell Lizzie how he feels, man. Everybody's laughing at that eulogy, you know, and she thinks that no one cares. But she only needs that one person, mate. The one that's always going to stand by her. Like he said to Caleb, through her highs and the lows, through her emotions, through her downs, through her ups, all of it. He doesn't care. You're perfect to him. Go and tell her.
This pub's under new management. That's off. I have an offer for you.
I'm not making any deals with you.
Not even if it saves your daughter.
Yeah, but I'm doing that without your help.
By which you mean that little suicide mission into her mind. It's going to fail, I'm afraid. She already suspects you're up to something. I want that black magic for myself. And that wretched girl out of my life.
You set them free too. No strings attached.
Can you bring back Landon too? Wanted a way to save both of us.
An unbreakable covenant spell, then. If both of us don't hold up our end of the bargain, neither of us gets what we want.
It's good. Oh, he's giving a bit, mate. You got to give to take. It's interesting. I would take him up on a deal just because you get Josie back and then you go after him singular. Do you know what I mean? So you would get Landon, Raph, Josie, Alyssa, and then you would go after him, wouldn't you? And then you would take him down. You're all tennis. Oh, Gazzy's baking butter. Oh, is this going to be Josie now?
Where's Pig?
Oh, she transferred her body into the pig. Decoy.
I was the pig. You can't have somebody else get hurt because of it. No one will.
Oh, wow, she looks good now.
I love that you thought it would be that simple.
Mate, she looks like a film that Charles From was in. I can't remember what it was called. Might have been Snow White.
Lizzie was my tour guide. I was so scared. At the end of my tour, I mentioned my name, and she said, change it. How about MG? Remember that shock bracelet Lizzie had? And yeah, she could be extra, but she knew it. She never stopped trying to change. But did you all let her? Or did you hold on to one image of her at her worst? So it was easier to think that she was broken than to root for her. And I'm sure you have a good Lizzie story too.
That was good, but I wanted him to say how he feels. But he's good though.
I liked to sew, but there was no one else to do it. When Lizzie found out, started the sewing club.
She's more powerful than I am.
Joe,
She is you.
she is you. Pretty messed up subconscious he got here, by the way.
Are we surprised?
Well, those fairy tale sucks.
It does, doesn't it?
Either the powerful petty bitch or the good weak victim.
Tell yourself a different story.
Let's fight. Thanks for the extra magic.
Josie, you can fight her.
I like it. Two different personalities, you can massively tell.
The kind of girl who's so quiet that her father and mother forget about her in the chaos of Lizzie.
That's the story that we're telling myself. That the good you is weak and the powerful you is evil.
I thought being strong meant hurting Lizzie or being like Guy. I told myself that being powerful meant being evil. Hope is strong. I made a story.
Yeah, she's a bad guy, you know that.
Powerless. But that's not true. I'm not afraid of you anymore. I'm not trapped. Because we're not in the cabin anymore.
And if you use your magic against me, it hurts you too.
As long as you have black magic in you, I will always find a way back.
Gia, Talox, de Terra. Sullivan.
Oh, they can't defeat him right now. The Necromancer, what, we got 5 minutes left. He's got to be the baddie in the next season. It's going to be well interesting because I do think he is decent. I think I'm consistent on I would rather have one bad person throughout a season that we can see physically their actions that they want to do and we can get behind them or we can be against them instead of 100 different baddies coming in every episode. You know, like we got in season 1 to introduce ourselves. It was like, you know, we've got the mummy and the bee and the dragon and all that. And we were getting loads of them where we just needed one bad guy. Don't like you. Love the school. I want you to lose. Want the school to win. That is how you want it. I actually like the Necromancer as well. So he's a bad guy that I enjoy. So I'm happy for the whole storyline if we got that for the next season.
Alyssa,
Hey.
are you...
Back, fine, not a zombie.
She didn't have to be rude.
I'm not giving up.
One of the many joys of being your father is getting to see you slowly figure out how much you deserve.
Oribus, turai, filio.
I saw your biological mother do a spell like that once.
Put my siphon power into this coin.
Oh.
When you think about it, a eulogy is just a story that we tell ourselves about someone that we've lost. But I am now convinced that everyone should hear their own eulogy. The story of MG. He had his own demons, but even when they chased him into the dark, he never stayed there. He wrote a new story every day and reminded me to always find the light. I don't know where the story goes from there.
Just hasn't been written yet, I guess.
really needed to feel less alone.
I know.
I should probably go and explain to everyone why I'm not really dead.
Oh, she's got a little group going now because of MG. Oh, interesting, mate. Just before we go into that, kind of wanted them to kiss again, like I did, because I know she gave me a kiss when they went into the merge. That was for you, not for me. But I would have liked it. They're so cute, man. Honestly, I do love that little bridge thing with the lights on. It just gives me, like, I don't know, Jackson vibes and Haley, you know, like when it's at there. But I do like it, man. It is good. I really want them to be together. They are perfect, man. And I still think they were missing it a little bit of MG telling her that speech that he said to Caleb. I thought it was absolute nail on the head, perfect. Everybody should hear it. That's how good it was. And I hope it does get said out at least one time back to her. But he said a great eulogy. He got people on the side. Looks like she's got friends now. Josie's up put a magic inside a coin that she's put inside the piggy bank, you know. Ooh, I understand the concept. I understand it, but I don't know whether it's a good idea when you know the Necromancer is going to come back after the school going with the dark magic as well. I feel like you need all your weapons available to attack, but I respect it right now. She's had a bad time with the magic, so she's put it away for safekeeping, so interested to see where that goes.
The Necromancer freed me and Alyssa, but Landon, he won't wake up. Landon should be back by now.
That's not our only problem.
Oh, yeah, Hope's down.
But she won't wake up.
Oh, well, that's interesting, isn't it? Really interesting. I totally forgot that Hope was in that situation because we've seen her like quite a lot of the episode pretending to be Lizzie. So, I mean, that is well interesting. Now, she's technically not gone in anybody's world, has she? She just took a part of Josie's conscience. Is that what it was? I can't remember. I actually physically can't remember how she got into the position of being asleep like that. I understand how we got to it, like, you know, how the situation's progressed to that situation, but I can't physically remember how the last time she was walking around to the next scene when she was laying in the bed. I've like, unless I blanked or I just can't remember that, but I do understand that she was in that because she took she was trying to control Josie's subconscious, and like she's gone in and obviously she's successfully done it this episode. And you know, I thought it was an interesting approach really for a finale. You know, usually they really high paced hectic stuff. Like this one was just more, I don't know, more chill. It was fine. It just didn't feel like a finale. But I've got to admit, when I did start this, somebody did message me on the Patreon, so thank you very much. And I think they said, see, I've got a terrible memory, so I do apologise, like a goldfish. But I think they did say that season 2 finale was not meant to be the season 2 finale. I think it's because COVID hit, and then the production, I think, had to get stopped. And then when they restarted season 3, it's still technically season 2 until maybe a couple of episodes in, and then we progress into the season 3 storyline. I think that's what they said. I want to thank that person for saying that because it actually does make sense to me. Because, like I said, for a season finale, it's left well open-ended. Do you know what I mean? Usually, like in shows, you never know if you're getting picked up for the next season, so you conclude it as in like the original season 4, where like when that finished, I was like, wow, that felt like it could be this show done and dusted, or we could pick it up and go into the next one, which we did do. Where like My Wife and Kids, I don't know if you've ever watched My Wife and Kids, yeah? I loved that show when it was out, absolutely loved it. And they ended one of the seasons with his wife being pregnant. Michael, I'm pregnant. And then they never renewed it. They never renewed it. And it's like, what the hell, mate? It was like the most obvious thing that they needed to be another season after it. And like it just ended. So if you watched that show, you would literally just be watching this and it's just finished like now. And you're like, all right, what's happened to Hope? What's happened to Landon? What's happened to Malibu? You know, what was the Necromancer got his powers? What's going on? That is literally how My Wife and Kids ended. And this is obviously, it's left me with questions, but now I'm thinking about that and that good comment that obviously give me that info. I can see that this is what has happened, and I'm assuming that we go in and we finish off a couple of episodes of season 2 in season 3 and then smash through it again. But I am excited for the Necromancer to obviously be consuming the dark magic, and I really think that he is a good villain. Now obviously he held up on his bargain, so to speak, of bringing 3 of them back with heartbeats, you know, like, which is interesting actually. Give him a heartbeat, but Landon's still not back, and Eva's Hope. I actually think that he's somewhere in Malibu. Don't know why, but I don't think he can die. I actually don't think he can die. Did we say... When Ryan was explaining it to Landon, he was saying that something like they can't die or something. But the whole reason why Malivore created children was so that they can reproduce, where Ryan couldn't. So that's why he created Landon, I think it was. So I actually don't think Landon's dead, now I'm thinking about it. But I am interested. I think he's in Malivore. Don't know where Hope is all, but I hope she's in there as well. And I hope we see Ryan again. You know, we haven't seen him. I know he got killed, but I do think he is pretty decent, and I would like him back as well. Okay, and that is going to wrap up the season finale of season 2. I actually believe, like I said just then, that it isn't the season finale, but as far as the episode count goes, this is episode 16 of season 2, and this is the finale. And we have concluded the season with a necromancer taking the powers out of Josephine. He has now got full control of the dark magic. I can't wait to see what he does with it. We had an interesting subconscious of Joseph saying that the reason it was kind of like a fairy tale is that Caroline used to read them stories when he was kids, and he was easier to portray a good guy and the bad guy, and she thought it would be easy for her. Obviously she was the good, and the wolf was kind of like the darkness was the bad, and she could try to avoid it. She always knew where the threat was and not what to do to bring it to him. So in terms of that context, I totally understand it. It made a lot of sense. In terms of watching it, it's kind of a bit random, not going to lie. Hope as well, you know, she is still lost inside the subconscious, it looks like, or I don't know, is she in Malivore? I'm not too sure. Like I said, Landon is asleep as well. He is down. It looks like he's still dead. I feel like he is in Malivore, though I don't think Landon can die. Raphael, he done some pretty good acting when he was with Rick. He's begged Landon to kill him. He's begged Rick to kill him. He did get possessed by the necromancer. I like how Rick and Landon was both reluctant to kill him and actually look for an alternative solution to actually defeat the necromancer or help him. Technically, you know, as a consequence to the necromancer getting the powers, they did kind of successfully do it. So I mean, he's back now, really good. Alyssa's back as well. I'm happy with that. I did say I was disappointed when she did potentially die, because her story of getting, you know, pretty much like them all into the prison world and getting to where we are now, she's kind of like the catalyst towards it. But I do think that the more people in the school, the better. Even if you're in it a little bit, it's better for the show. I think we're starting to utilise Jed a little bit more. I have no problems with that. I think that he has been okay since he was first introduced. He's got a lot better. Same with Caleb. Caleb's been voted 3 times as the most liked character. Actually, before my vote, he was like the joint most liked character of the season, so it shows his progression, and I'm actually all for that as well. I actually really do like him. I think that he has evolved real well, and you know, every time this can be singing, he's definitely on it. He must be a singer in real life, because he has got a decent voice as well, and he's a pretty good singer. Now, we had a eulogy with Lizzie. Obviously it was her funeral, because obviously everyone thinks that she's died, and he had to make it look real. And, you know, everybody was trying to get to say nice things, and no one could say nice things until MG stood up and absolutely, you know, like smashed it out of the park and said, you know, he was the first person, well, she was the first person that introduced him, walked him around the school, and she could tell that he was scared. And, you know, he didn't really like his name Milton, and she was the one that suggested, look, change it. No one knows who you are. You could be yourself, be whoever you want to be MG. And that is literally what he did. He took on made name MG, adapted it, and that's who he is today. It brought other people up to, you know, think, yeah, okay, she might have done bad things and you might not like fully be your best mate, but I bet she's done good to everybody. And another girl go up and said, look mate, you know, I love sewing, and no one was around to like sew. And you know, Lizzie seen that, and she come and she done it with me, and she helped found the sewing club, so we had a place to go. And you know what I mean, like that's really nice, like from Lizzie. You don't even hear those sort of things. We kind of always see that she kind of puts herself first, but it's nice to hear that she actually does all these other things as well. And I actually do like how she said the eulogy to MG at the end. She said that obviously, like, you know, he sees he's never going to die. She thinks that everybody should kind of hear their own eulogy. Now, I've never actually thought of this before, but I actually do think that is a great idea, because, okay, hear me out. Well, it's very simple. Pretty much, people would be saying all the nice things that you've done to them and how much that you either like had a good impact on their life or what they enjoyed about you. And let's be honest, you should be telling people that daily, shouldn't you? That's what makes somebody better. If you tell your girlfriend consistently, oh mate, I love like how you get up every single day, and you know you're always joyous, you make me a positive person. When I'm feeling down, you're always picking me up. You know, come home after work, you've made me dinner, I didn't even have to ask. You know, like what we're doing this weekend, you've already booked a trip away. I didn't even know what we was gonna do, but you thought of me. You know, like I've already come home. Here's a new game. You know, FIFA's out. There you go. I've been thinking about you. Or the vice versa. Flowers, go to work. I know you've had a down day today. Here's some chocolates, have a good time. You know, here's a spa day with your friends. Go out. All these little things, yeah, like you're just being considerate of somebody, and then you tell them, I love the way that you take me, you know, like you take my gran out for walks and stuff. You know, when she's lonely, you're always going around, you're making her dinner, you consider it. You know, if she needs a book club, yeah, you got friends coming round, all of you sit down weekly, have a chat, make sure that all the old people, you know, have got friends. All these little things, yeah, that people do that nobody actually says anything. Nobody in real life acknowledges all these little things that everybody does. I bet you right now, you do loads of things that you might think is just standard. You know, that's just life. Everybody does it. And it turns out nobody actually does it. Every single person does different things that impact other people in positive ways. And like, you should always be told, that is, you've done a good job there. Well done. You know, you're doing nice things. Because all this stuff, you don't do things for the compliments, but it's like that saying, when you're at work, yeah, you always get told all the shit stuff that you do, but you don't ever get told of all the amazing stuff that you do. Tell you what, you've absolutely done amazing this week. You know, you hit your targets 10 times fold, mate. But you get told that one email you put a spelling mistake wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? Mate, 9 times out of 10, you do amazing things. That one thing that's wrong, people pick up on it, but you never get told all the good things that you do. And that's why I think that eulogy thing was actually really, really good. And obviously, he said nice things about her. She's returned the favour, said nice things about him. I hope that we go into a relationship next season. I absolutely really do, man. I think them two are amazing together. And like I said, some characters elevate others. I think actually Landon and Hope elevate each other. People may disagree, but I do think they, like, when they're both together, they make each other better. I actually think Lizzie and MG do as well. So I'm all for that. I can't wait for it. But overall, this has been a good season. So season 1 as well. Can't wait to see season 3. And if we do continue from season 2 storyline and then change, like sometimes, you know, like you watch a season, somebody's got a beard, moving to season 3, no beard. Got short hair, got longer hair, you know. Look at Elijah when he was first introduced into the Vampire Diaries, mate. He had like a parting in the middle and it was combed over, and then when you look at the end, he had a beard and he had like a bit of volume to it. Interesting. So I'll be really excited to see if we've got like the first 3 episodes of season 3 as season 2, and then we go into season 3 and then people got like haircuts and all different things because you're watching it like back to back. You're like, whoa, he's changed, and I just think it's funny and really exciting. So thanks for clicking on today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, thanks for clicking on today's video. Thanks for supporting Legacies season 1 and season 2, and be sure to check out the next video in season 3 of Legacies. Cheers, guys.